Today I'm going to react to the Quick Slices. This is the most cringiest reality show of all time, Love and Translation. So, without any further ado, let's go. This is going to be a raw reaction. I'm seeing this video for the first time. Let's go.
Alright, and we are back. Okay, somebody can talk now. This is weird. What is happening right now? This guy's freaking me out. Cut away. Cut to something else. A few years ago, I made...
He made a face like if this is like a promo class or something. Like there is a teacher right there in acting class or something that they're teaching him. Stare at the person with ferocity and slowly change your expression to laughter. Do it right now. It feels like that looking at this scene.
video on a show called F-Boy Island, which was basically just a bunch of crypto bros on an island trying to out-douche each other. There were some pretty fun...
Nah, man, that title is wild. F-Boy Island. Can you imagine something like that show being made in India, like called Fuckboy Island? Like that is nasty. That's like making a show called the Slut Island or something. Like fuckboy is kind of like the equivalent of like a slut, right? Like it is essentially a male slut, like a fuckboy who fucks around, has no morals or anything. Like, can you imagine a show called the Slut Island? Like that would be fucking wild. That would be fucking wild.
moments, but ultimately it was forgettable because there wasn't really much of a format to it. They acted like they had one in the beginning, but really they didn't have a plan. They just set them all loose on the beach, and it didn't take them very long to find a bench press. And then one of the F-boys will go on a date with some girl on a boat and be like, "Hey babe, I saw you from the other side of the island earlier, and I could totally see us investing in crypto together. Honestly, I think I'm falling for you, and nothing could change my mind. Except maybe if I talk to some of the other girls here. I haven't talked to anybody else yet. So, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put you on the back burner, and we'll talk it over later. Anyway, I'm getting off topic now, but that show was bad enough. Now, just imagine if they took the exact same concept, but nobody spoke...
Look at that poster, man. That girl on the left doesn't even look like a real girl. The girl in the front, her eyes looks like they have like someone like cut it from a photo and put it there and whitened it with the editor app or something.
the same language. Just a bunch of American dudes on an island, but with women that don't speak English, so they're just left to stare at each other. I'm talking about the show Love and Translation, and this is the thing I'm always complaining about in 90 Day Fiancé. Couples...
How does that even fucking work? So you have dudes who speak English and you have women who do not speak their language at all. Like that's kind of borderline, like taking advantage of shit or something. Like you're putting in people who may not know like even a single word of English, then you're putting guys that looks like this, like certified fuckboys. Like they would know how to manipulate the other person. The other person does not know their culture that well or their language. They can be taken of advantage, pretty easily.
that are unable to communicate because they don't speak the same language and they're struggling with a translator. Well, this show doesn't even allow them a translator. So all of the dudes don't really know how to impress the girls because you can only show off your body for so long. And then after a certain...
Which network does this show come on? Like, this has to be some network shit. Like, some network probably hired some disgruntled, fired writer from like an obscure reality show and told them to make us Love Island, but make it unique. And that person was like, "Oh, this hasn't happened yet. I will just, mail order brides. I will just take that and make it. I will change. I will do it in a way that it is a reality show and serve it to people. I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. Like this has to be some network type shit. Like they had to fill in time. Some big reality show didn't re-sign with them, so they put this there.
point, it just gets weird because they have no fear of saying the wrong thing, so they just say anything that comes to their mind.
Sarah, she's gorgeous. She's got a great smile. She's got long, beautiful brunette hair. I'm already starting to picture our future together. The power.
Look at him, bro. Like, is this like a movie scene or something? Like, did they just like cut two different scenes, just put them together? Like, that expression was like pure Bollywood. Like what the fuck? Like, come on, man. If some woman like saw a man looking at her like this, first of all, she'll be like taken aback. She's like laughing over there. I think this has to be two scenes put together.
A couple.
He's already picturing their future together, and he just met her today and hasn't even been able to have a conversation with her. But
Yeah.
luckily, this guy exudes pure charisma, so he doesn't even need to know Italian to impress her.
Squat, lots of weight. Ooh, I like it.
When they first get there, nobody really knows what to do. They give him some wine and blueberries, and then everybody's just kind of standing around staring at each other, chewing on blueberries. And this guy's like, you know what? All these other dudes are just standing around. I think I could gain the advantage by actually doing something. I know exactly what to do. And then he proceeds to do the weirdest thing I've ever seen, and the cringe was so strong it transcended the language barrier.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have us some blueberries.
Uh, he thought that they didn't know their language, so he can like act like anything, and they would just be like, oh, that's like the big American rich people do this stuff. Come on, man, it's like 2024 or something. Come on, 2025 here. Please don't do this stuff. People understand even though they don't know your language.
Me a couple of blueberries. I'm gonna have me a blueberry.
And the girls are like, you know what? I don't know what the hell he said. I don't speak English, but I'm gonna stay away from the guy with the blueberries. He's got to remember, all they're seeing is just some crazy dude singing to a blueberry. And you'll see a lot of moments like this on the show because these guys just don't know what to do. So they just wind up losing their minds and singing to blueberries.
But this guy has not one single hair on his body or like on his arms. He just looks like he's oiled up. Like, pause, but he looks like he's oiled up. For what, I don't know.
Normally on this kind of show, these guys could just walk up to a girl and just say a list of buzzwords. What do I do for a living? I'm a crypto influencer, financial entrepreneur slash personal training actor, model, fitness instructor, gym, Instagram, TikTok. But that doesn't work here, so they have to resort to plan B, which apparently is this.
Yeah, a blueberry for you, a blueberry for me.
What is happening?
Blueberry for all.
So then they run out of blueberries, and the attention shifts to this guy who starts dancing with the girls, and the blueberry guy is just off to the side, left out to dry, like, what the hell am I gonna do now? How am I ever gonna top that?
Yeah, y'all see it? Y'all see it?
Yeah, we see it. We see it. We're all sitting right here. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Meanwhile, this guy's off in the back trying to find another plate.
Why did that girl just started dancing by herself? Like, first she was like staring at him like this, and then she just stood up and started dancing by herself. I don't know why is that so much funny to me. So funny to me.
Blueberries. It makes sense that they would start dancing since there's nothing else they can really do. And this is where you see all the guys just resort to the most basic shit they can think of to impress the girls. This guy just does a backflip for no.
What is this, like Big Boss season from 2 years ago, while where like the show writers did no task, they just left them on their own. Like, are they doing this with them? Like, you can do stuff, you can give them interesting tasks which can actually make the show fun, but they won't. We know they won't.
Reason. It's like a little kid trying to impress their parents. Look at me. You're gonna miss it. Look, mom. Look at me. You're gonna miss it if you don't look. And then all the other guys are like, shit, what are we supposed to do now? You bunch of chumps. Allow me. And this guy steps forward and goes to do a backflip, but slips on a blueberry and breaks his neck.
Khalil is over here doing backflips and impressing the women, and it makes me a little nervous because I can't do anything cool like that.
Hey, no flipsies. No fair. Nobody said you.
I mean, are they really impressed by that? They must have seen more crazier shit than that in their countries. I'm not stereotyping, but I'm just saying that even like daredevil stunts, they should would have seen much better. Like, we see in India, if even if you have like a normal life, we have seen, much daredevil stuff than that in a Republic Day parade, man. Like, he's doing backflips. Like, what? Are they the is he the slave and they're their master? Like, dance, monkey, dance. It feels like that they're doing that with him right now.
do backflips. Maybe I could show these women I'm a good provider by starting a fire on the beach out of wood. Then he just darts off towards the water. Do foreign women find that Tom Hanks from Castaway look to be sexy? Maybe I'll swim out in the ocean and wrestle a tuna. So next, things go from weird to extremely uncomfortable when they want everyone to stare into each other's eyes for 2 minutes. This guy gets way too into it, and then he says one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
I feel like our body language or our vibes are really
Did he have tears in his eyes? It looked like he had tears in his eyes, man. That man fell in love. That man fell in love. And you know what? I don't blame him. Like, if you like stare into a woman's eyes, like even if she's beautiful, you don't know her, and if she's beautiful, even if she's not there, like something happens, man, and it's like it's oh, like okay, I'm not staring anymore. Like this guy fell into love or something. Like he was completely lost. He was like this. The fuck?
talking to each other more than our words are. To our vibes.
Can we just retire the word vibes, please, at this point? He's talking about how good their vibes are, but
The vibes, the vibrations. I do not feel the vibrations, man.
I don't know how good their vibes would be if she could understand the sentence that he just said.
Trip looks at me very intensely. Look into his eyes, I get curious, and I want to learn more about him.
Bruh. If a woman who have like I have like met like for the first time is looking like at me like this, and if she's like her age, like I will be like scared, like what do you want to do to me? Do you want to sell me? Do you want to make me a slave or something? Madam, please stay away, auntie. Look at him. She was not creepy enough. Look at him. He looks like he's going to fucking kill her. Do you remember that scene from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Like where Brad Pitt grabbed that girl's head and just started smashing it everywhere. Like till like like her skull was crushed or something. It looks like that. Like he's going to do that. He looks like that killer from Patal Lok season 2 who just used to stare like this to snipe people off.
So they have this moment, and this guy's like, wow, I have never experienced something along the lines of things that such that of which I think I like saw her entire life through her eyes. Her eyes look like two little blueberries. This is weird. I don't like this.
As I'm looking into Giselle's eyes, I swear there's an exchange of each other's life stories.
Okay, then tell us something. What's one of her life stories? But no, of course not. All he says is he could tell she's been hurt.
Fuck me right now. Pause. Something happened.
How he figured that out. Just from like looking into her eyes, I could tell that she's been hurt before. Perhaps she too slipped on a blueberry.
We can feel everything we've been through before, and I feel like there was just this connection, like boom, we've both been through something.
Dude, I totally felt that too. I saw the psh was strong with you guys. You guys had a very strong psh. The crazy thing about all of this is I feel like it's actually going better than it would have if they all spoke the same language. This dude is incredibly lucky that nobody here speaks English. So anyway, after they're all done staring at each other, all the girls go back to their room and the guys go back to their room, and they all talk about who they stared at the most and what they felt when they stared at them.
At the end of the day, who did you stare at the most?
It's a hell of a question.
So for me, it's Sarah.
So while they're all talking about this, one of the girls walks in and starts to complain about how their room isn't as good as the room the guys are in. Apparently she's joking, but the whole thing is so awkward since they don't understand each other.
Bref, je suis jalouse et vous n'êtes pas les bienvenus. Voilà.
When you know that they don't speak your language, why are you like at least do some hand signs or something? Like do some hand signs or something, like okay, oh this, you got more better room than this. No, she's just like coming here yapping in Brazilian, like or whatever language they speak. Of course they'll be like, huh?
Moi, suis jalouse.
So now they're all like, I don't know what's going on because she doesn't speak English. You know, it would like really help if she spoke English. You know, if we could understand each other, that would be pretty tight. And that's pretty much the whole show. They're always just saying the obvious, but then at the same time, they're forgetting because this girl walks in like they're gonna understand her.
Vous?
Us?
Finally. What the fuck does that mean? That means like, X, like call the referee, the guy is seriously injured sign. I didn't know you were in the wrestling business. Hello, my name is Shab Roy. Let's have a conversation.
Don't pick this?
Are you saying you don't want to be picked by any of us?
This is pretty much just the charades version of F-Boy Island. I honestly can't believe
Bro, why is he so glistened up? He looks like a wax model. Come on, man. He looks like if he sits still and I just like put my hand through his face thinking that it's a wax model, blood will come out.
they squeezed an entire season out of this concept. How do they keep this going? There's only so many backflips you can do and only so many blueberries you can eat before eventually you're like, what are we supposed to do now? It's really going to be hard for them to get to know each other at all if they don't have a translator the entire time, but at the same time, I don't think they get to know each other on F-Boy Island either. These kinds of shows are pretty much just about looks anyway, so I guess this concept does make sense.
Frère, juste vous ne comprenez pas.
Guys, you do not understand what I'm trying to say. You
Oh,
don't
she's not
understand
Brazilian.
anything at all because of the language
Moroccan.
barrier.
Exactly.
J'avais une autre.
I had the wrong idea about American guys. I'm shocked.
You're shocked that they didn't spontaneously learn a new language? How would they understand
Yeah,
you?
like-
And this is the first example.
What do you mean? You don't even understand them. How would you understand what the American guys are? You have just seen one man talk about blueberries. I don't even know if you know the word blueberry. You have seen another guy do flips. What do you know about them to come to that conclusion that these guys are bad? How? Like, because they cannot understand you doing X signs and speaking in Moroccan? How?
Example of how all of this leads to miscommunication. She was apparently joking but kept trying to explain it to them and wouldn't leave, and they took this as rude because they were just tired of her trying to explain it and not understanding it. And then the blueberry guy is like,
I
hey,
mean, of course, if someone comes into my room, they are angry, and of course, when they are angry, they're going to speak fast. They're going to speak fast in a language that I don't understand. Then doing freaking like the the hand signs which like the homeless guy in the TikTok reels do. I fucking understand what is going on. Of course, I would think that the person is rude.
you're being kind of rude. Would you mind leaving? And of course, she doesn't know what he's saying, but she can tell that he's upset.
If you can understand this, we're having a very serious discussion here. Would you show some respect and just for a moment, would you please leave?
So then she goes back to the other room and starts talking about how American guys suck because they don't understand anything. And I'm like, hey, that's not why we suck.
I want to ask you on a date, yes or no?
No.
No?
She has that same expression throughout the whole video I have seen. You know, if someone like puts her at gunpoint, she will like say the word help with the same smile and enthusiasm and the voice tone that she has. Like she has the same fucking expression the whole video.
Squat, lots of weight.
Anyway, that's about it for this one. I know this is a pretty short and random video, but
So that was it for today. I uploaded 3 videos today. The third one is a reaction video. I asked people to suggest me some, but they didn't. But that's okay. Eventually, when the channel grows, I will get more suggestions and all. So if you like this type of content, like, share, and subscribe. If you don't, share it with those who do. My social media links are in the description, so go follow me on that. My Twitter and Instagram links are in the description. Go follow me on that. My UPI link is in the description too. So donate any amount of money which you can, so that it can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me today. So thank you. Goodbye. Alvida.